Hello everybody and welcome to this video which is thoda hatke se. It's different from the other videos that I've uploaded which typically covered stuff on global markets, on equities, on currencies, on fixed income across the dimensions of operations, regulations and settlements in fund accounting, corporate actions, OTC derivatives and trade life cycle. This video is going to talk about a company's corporate actions in its 3-decade history. This is a tribute to my mother, who celebrates her 75th birthday today. And she's the one who actually asked me to make this video on this particular company. 3 decades of listing on the National Stock Exchange. Yes, my friends, it's been listed on the National Stock Exchange in June of 1993. It did an IPO in February 1993, and you must be wondering, then why did it list 4 months later? Well, those were the days of physical shares and physical trading. And therefore, it took almost 100 plus days for the shares to get allotted and credited into your account and transferred into your name. It's 3 decades of creating shareholder wealth. If there has to be any company that has done such incredible wealth creation, this has to be it. It's 3 decades of an incredibly wealth compounding story. A story that has to be told, because if it's not told, then you might hear the wrong facts. So let's take a look at this company. And that company is Infosys, which did an IPO 3 decades ago in June 1993. It got listed on the NSE. Let's see what it was. And let's say you applied for the minimum lot of 100 shares. Okay. The company quickly announced a bonus in 1994 of 1:1. So therefore, within a year, you already got 200 shares, okay, in your portfolio. By this time, the company was growing at a rapid pace. Remember, it did an NSE listing. Within 2 months, it did an ADS listing on the NASDAQ. It did a private equity placement with some qualified institutional investors. So therefore, the company grew in wealth as well. It announced a bonus of 1:1 in 1997. Your 200 shares have now become 400 shares. The company then, in 1999, announced again yet another bonus. And now your 400 shares have become 800 shares. Not a small number. Okay. The company then announced a split in the very same year. This was the year 1999, the last year of the previous millennium, when companies would not announce such dramatic corporate actions, and Infosys went ahead and announced 2 corporate actions with the same record date. They announced a split of 10:5. Your 800 shares became now 1,600 shares. Imagine, just 6 years ago in 1993, you had applied for only 100 shares and now you already got 1,600 shares. In 2004, they came out with the most lavish and very, very generous bonus of 3:1. That means you're going to get 3 shares for every 1 share that you owned. These were the years of exponential growth for software companies. And with the increased performances of the company, with increased earnings, etc., the company also decided to reward its investors with a 3:1 bonus. Your 1,600 shares, you got 4,800 shares bonus. You're now holding 6,400 shares of the company. In 2006, the company announced yet another bonus of 1:1, and 12,800 shares were now in your name. Imagine if you had if you had got 100 shares in June 1993, in 13 years, those 100 shares became 12,800 shares through such rich and lavish corporate actions. In 2014, the company announced yet another bonus of 1:1. And those 12,800 shares now became 25,600 shares. This is an incredible number. Remember, bonuses were not announced so often and so quickly and in such ratios as was announced by this company. In 2015, they announced yet another bonus of 1:1, and your 25,600 shares have now become 51,200 shares. And finally, the last announcement that has been made in terms of chronological order, in 2018, a bonus of 1:1, your 100 shares have become 1,02,400 shares. Unbelievable but true that this company has rewarded its shareholders with such fantastic corporate actions. Have you held on to the share for 3 decades? Most likely no, but if you have, I salute your discipline and I salute your patience, because this is truly a growth compounding story. Thank you so much for listening in. Have a safe day today.